Have you ever wondered how a businessman with no political experience became the President of the United States? Donald Trump's journey is one of the most fascinating and controversial in modern history. From real estate mogul to reality TV star, and finally to the White House, his rise to power shocked the world and changed American politics forever. In this video, you will not only learn about Trump's life, but also improve your English listening skills. By following his story, you will expand your vocabulary, understand key political and business terms, and practice listening to clear, structured English. Whether you're interested in politics, business, or simply want to sharpen your English, this video is for you. We will break down his journey step by step, highlighting important moments. By the end, you will have a deeper understanding of how Trump built his career and eventually won the presidency. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children in a wealthy family. His father, Fred Trump, was a highly successful real estate developer known for building homes and apartment complexes across New York. From an early age, Donald was exposed to the world of business, watching his father manage large real estate projects. As a child, Trump was described as energetic and confident, but also somewhat rebellious. At the age of 13, his parents decided to send him to the New York Military Academy, hoping that the school's strict discipline would help him develop leadership skills. The academy played a crucial role in shaping his personality. There he became known for his competitiveness and strong determination to succeed. After graduating, Trump attended Fordham University for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the most prestigious business schools in the country. He studied economics and finance, laying the foundation for his future in real estate. Even as a student, he was ambitious, eager to make a name for himself beyond his father's company. Trump often credits his early exposure to business and his time at the military academy for shaping his leadership style. His confidence and ability to command attention would later become key traits in both his business career and political life. After graduating from the Wharton School in 1968, Donald Trump joined his father's company, then called Elizabeth Trump and Son. The business focused on middle-class rental housing in New York's outer boroughs. However, young Donald had bigger ambitions. He wanted to expand into Manhattan, where the real estate market was more prestigious and high-profile. In 1971, he took control of the company and renamed it the Trump Organization. His first major deal came in the mid-1970s, when he convinced the New York City government to grant him tax breaks to renovate the Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station. The project was a success, and Trump quickly gained a reputation as a bold and aggressive businessman. Throughout the 1980s, he expanded his empire with high-rise buildings, casinos, and luxury properties. He built Trump Tower, an iconic skyscraper in Manhattan, which became both his residence and a symbol of his growing influence. He also ventured into the casino business in Atlantic City, opening the Trump Plaza, Trump Castle, and Trump Taj Mahal. However, not all of his ventures were successful. By the early 1990s, Trump faced serious financial trouble due to excessive borrowing and an economic downturn. Some of his businesses filed for bankruptcy, but he managed to negotiate deals with creditors and eventually recovered. His ability to reinvent himself, despite setbacks, became a defining trait of his career. Trump's success was not just about real estate. He was a master of branding. He put his name on everything from buildings to airlines, board games, and even steaks. His business empire became as much about the Trump name as it was about the actual properties. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, Donald Trump was more than just a businessman. He had become a celebrity. His luxurious lifestyle, bold personality, and self-promotion made him a constant presence in the media. He frequently appeared in newspapers, magazines, and TV shows, portraying himself as the ultimate symbol of success and wealth. One of the key moments that cemented his place in pop culture was his 1987 book, The Art of the Deal. In this best-selling book, Trump outlined his business philosophy, giving readers insight into his mindset. The book was both a commercial success and a branding tool, reinforcing his public image as a dealmaker. Trump also made cameo appearances in movies and television shows, such as Home Alone 2, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Sex and the City. However, his most significant media breakthrough came in 2004 with the launch of The Apprentice, a reality TV show where contestants competed for a job in his company. The show was an instant hit, and Trump's catchphrase, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon. Through The Apprentice, Trump reached a new level of fame, attracting millions of viewers each week. The show not only expanded his brand, but also reshaped his public persona, making him appear as a tough but charismatic leader. His success on television would later play a crucial role in his transition to politics. For decades, Donald Trump had hinted at the idea of running for president. As early as the 1980s, he was asked about his political ambitions in interviews, often responding that he would only run if he felt the country needed his leadership. However, most people saw him as a businessman and media personality rather than a serious political figure. In 2011, Trump gained national attention when he publicly questioned President Barack Obama's birthplace, a controversy that fueled speculation about his political aspirations. He briefly considered running for president in 2012, but ultimately decided against it. Still, he continued making political statements, criticizing issues such as trade deals, immigration, and America's role in global conflicts. On June 16, 2015, Trump officially announced his candidacy for president in a speech at Trump Tower. Standing in front of a crowd, he delivered a speech that immediately made headlines. He promised to make America great again, criticized illegal immigration, and positioned himself as an outsider who would challenge the political establishment. Unlike traditional politicians, Trump's campaign was built around his persona as a successful businessman and a straight-talker who would tell it like it is. His message resonated with many Americans frustrated with the political system. His ability to dominate media coverage, combined with his celebrity status, gave him an advantage over more experienced politicians. Many experts initially dismissed his campaign as a publicity stunt, but as he gained momentum in the Republican primaries, it became clear that Trump was a serious contender. His unconventional approach to politics, relying heavily on social media and massive rallies, disrupted traditional campaign strategies and set the stage for a historic election. As Donald Trump's campaign gained momentum, he quickly became the frontrunner in the Republican primaries. His speeches were direct, often controversial, and aimed at voters who felt ignored by the political establishment. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," resonated with many Americans who were frustrated with economic decline, job losses, and government inefficiency. During the primaries, Trump defeated more than a dozen Republican candidates, including experienced politicians like Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz. Despite criticism from the media and political analysts, he secured the Republican nomination in July 2016. His opponent in the general election was Hillary Clinton, a former First Lady, Senator, and Secretary of State. The 2016 election was one of the most divisive in American history. Trump focused on issues such as illegal immigration, job creation, trade policies, and national security, while Clinton positioned herself as the experienced candidate ready to continue Barack Obama's policies. Trump's use of social media, especially Twitter, played a crucial role in spreading his message and attacking his opponents directly. On November 8, 2016, in a shocking upset, Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton, winning the Electoral College despite losing the popular vote. His victory marked the rise of a political outsider who had defied all expectations. On January 20, 2017, he was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States, promising to bring change to Washington. When Donald Trump took office on January 20, 2017, he promised to shake up Washington and govern as an outsider. His presidency was marked by bold policies, economic shifts, and constant controversy. His supporters praised him for keeping campaign promises, while his critics argued that his leadership style was divisive and unconventional. Economic policies and tax cuts. One of Trump's key achievements was the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which reduced corporate taxes and aimed to stimulate the economy. The stock market reached record highs, and unemployment hit its lowest rate in decades before the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted the global economy in 2020. Immigration and the border wall. A major promise of Trump's campaign was to build a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border to reduce illegal immigration. While the full wall was not completed, his administration increased border security and enforced stricter immigration policies, including a controversial travel ban on several Muslim-majority countries. Foreign relations and America First policy. Trump took a different approach to foreign policy, adopting an America First stance. He withdrew from international agreements, including the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal. He also held historic meetings with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, aiming to reduce nuclear tensions, though little long-term progress was made. Impeachment and political conflicts. Trump's presidency was highly controversial, leading to 2 impeachment trials. The first, in 2019, was over allegations that he pressured Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden. The second, in 2021, came after the Capitol riot on January 6, when his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol following his claims of election fraud. Both times, he was acquitted by the Senate. Despite these controversies, Trump remained popular among his base, who viewed him as a fighter against the establishment. His presidency reshaped American politics, making him one of the most polarizing leaders in modern history. As Donald Trump approached the 2020 presidential election, the country was deeply divided. His supporters praised his economic policies, deregulation efforts, and conservative judicial appointments, while his critics pointed to his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, racial tensions, and political rhetoric as major failures. Trump faced Joe Biden, the Democratic nominee and former vice president. The election was highly contested, with issues such as health care, racial justice, and economic recovery dominating the debates. Trump continued using his direct communication style on social media, arguing that he was the only one capable of reviving the economy and protecting American values. On November 3, 2020, Biden won the election, securing 306 electoral votes against Trump's 232. However, Trump refused to concede, claiming widespread voter fraud without substantial evidence. His legal team filed multiple lawsuits, most of which were dismissed. The situation escalated on January 6, 2021, when Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol during Congress's certification of Biden's victory. This event led to Trump's second impeachment, making him the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. He left office on January 20, 2021, without attending Biden's inauguration, breaking a long-standing tradition. Despite leaving the White House, Trump's influence on American politics remained strong. Many wondered if he would attempt a comeback in future elections. Donald Trump's presidency left a lasting impact on American politics, society, and global affairs. Whether viewed as a champion of conservative values or a divisive figure, his influence reshaped the political landscape in ways that continue to be felt today. One of his most significant legacies was the rise of populism and political outsider candidates. Trump proved that a non-traditional politician could not only win the presidency, but also maintain a strong base of supporters. His America First approach changed U.S. foreign policy, emphasizing nationalism over international cooperation. Domestically, Trump's impact on the Supreme Court was profound. He appointed 3 conservative justices, shifting the court's ideological balance for years to come. His economic policies, including corporate tax cuts and deregulation, were praised by business leaders but criticized for benefiting the wealthy. However, his legacy is also tied to deep political divisions. The January 6th Capitol riot and his repeated claims of election fraud damaged trust in U.S. democratic institutions. His use of social media as a political weapon set a new precedent, but it also led to his eventual ban from major platforms. Even after leaving office, Trump remained a dominant force in the Republican Party. Speculation about a 2024 presidential run continued, demonstrating that his influence had not faded. Whether history remembers him as a transformational leader or a controversial disruptor remains a subject of ongoing debate. Donald Trump's journey from businessman to president is one of the most unique and controversial in modern history. His rise in the business world, his dominance in pop culture, and his unexpected political victory in 2016 made him a figure unlike any other. Whether admired or criticized, his presidency reshaped American politics, leaving a legacy that continues to influence the country today. By following real stories like this, you can expand your English listening and comprehension skills in an engaging way. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.